Have you ever been so scared of disappointing someone you love that you ended up doing something you regret? It's a feeling many of us know all too well. And it brings us to the story of a young boy named Ethan. Ethan was a good kid, but he lived with a constant fear shadowing his every move, the fear of letting his parents down. He wanted nothing more than to see them smile, to hear them say they were proud of him. This pressure, this weight on his small shoulders, made every test, every assignment feel like a high-stakes gamble. One Tuesday afternoon, the air in Ethan's classroom felt heavy. His teacher, Miss Davison, began handing back the results of their big math test. As she placed the paper face down on his desk, Ethan's heart pounded against his ribs. He slowly turned it over. A big red number stared back at him, a number so low it made his stomach sink. It wasn't just a bad grade. To Ethan, it was a symbol of failure, a confirmation of his biggest fear. All he could picture was the look of disappointment on his parents' faces. Walking home, the crisp autumn leaves crunching under his feet seemed to mock him. The test paper felt like a lead weight in his school bag. At the dinner table that night, his mom asked, "So, how was school today, sweetie?" Ethan forced a smile. "It was fine," he mumbled, his voice barely a whisper. "Did you get your math test back?" His dad added, looking up from his plate. Panic seized him. No, not yet. Miss Davison said maybe tomorrow." He lied, the words tasting like ash in his mouth. That night, he tucked the test paper deep inside a hidden pocket of his bag, hoping it would just disappear. But it didn't disappear. Instead, the lie grew. Each day, it felt like a little monster was living in his backpack, getting heavier and heavier. At school, he couldn't focus. At home, he was quiet and jumpy. The guilt was a constant, nagging ache in his chest. He avoided his parents' eyes, fearing they could see right through him. The joy he once felt in their company was replaced by annoying anxiety. He was trapped in a prison of his own making, and the silence was deafening. He desperately wanted to tell them, to just get it over with, but the fear of their reaction paralyzed him. A week later, the inevitable happened. The phone rang during dinner. His mom answered, her cheerful voice slowly turning serious. "Oh, I see. Yes, Miss Davison. Thank you for letting us know." She hung up and looked at Ethan, not with anger, but with a gentle, questioning sadness. His dad turned to him, his expression soft. The secret was out. Ethan braced himself for the yelling, the lecture, the punishment he was sure he deserved. He felt tears welling up, his whole body trembling. But the shouting never came. Instead, his dad pulled out a chair and sat next to him. His mom knelt down, so they were at his eye level. "Ethan," his dad started, his voice calm and steady. "Your teacher told us about the test." Ethan couldn't look at them. He just stared at his hands, expecting the worst. Then, his mom gently placed her hand on his. "Honey, we're not mad about the grade," she said softly. "We're just sad that you felt you had to hide it from us. We love you so much more than any number on a piece of paper. We just want you to feel safe enough to tell us anything. The good and the bad." Her words were like a key unlocking the dam inside him. The tears he'd been holding back finally broke free, and he sobbed, letting out all the fear and guilt he had carried for a week. Through his tears, he told them everything, how scared he was, how sorry he was for lying. His parents just held him, stroking his hair and telling him it was okay. In that moment, wrapped in their arms, Ethan didn't feel judged or shamed. He felt loved, unconditionally loved. He promised them and himself that he would never lie to them again. This story isn't just about a boy and a bad grade. It's a powerful reminder for all of us, whether we're parents, children, or friends. It shows that true honesty isn't born from fear of punishment, but from a foundation of trust and love. When we create an environment where people feel safe to be vulnerable, to admit their mistakes without fear of rejection, we give them the greatest gift, the freedom to be truthful. For kids like Ethan, knowing they are loved for who they are, not what they achieve, is what empowers them to choose honesty, turning it from a difficult choice into a natural habit. It's about replacing fear with love, and that makes all the difference. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, please give it a like and subscribe for more content that makes you think and feel. See you next time.